Hello, welcome to the channel. So today I want to talk to you about something it's a unique topic, but it's the topic of prayer and pornography. Like, is prayer helpful to quit pornography? Does it help you? Does it prolong your progress? Like, is it helpful at times? Let's just dive into it because I've gotten this question a lot, and it's a question that I've had for myself for a while, but after talking with 200 men on this subject, I've come up with a few approximations of some answers that could be useful for you. This all sparked because I went to church today, which I don't always go to church, but today I did, and the preacher was talking about something that was really interesting to me because it's this idea of like this excuse that sometimes people will give to people or to themselves, like whether they see something, oh, I should probably do that, or oh, I should probably help out, or maybe I should make a change here, or maybe I should serve the community here, or maybe I should get something good for someone, or maybe I should help them in this way, maybe I should. And then like a common like deflection response that isn't necessarily bad, but it can be, a deflection, is saying something like, well, I'll pray about it. And it's just this kind of idea of like, yeah, I'm pushing it off for now. I don't really have to think about it now. I'll pray about it. I'll pray about it later. It's just this kind of like excuse that sometimes we all can potentially make, like I'm a person who views prayer a little differently than some Christians, but I still respect the practice a ton, and I think it's really useful to be very mindful and try to look for deep answers. And, the pastor was like, yeah, sometimes like I'll come to some of the other pastors with ideas, and, it's this idea of like, oh, here's my idea. And then the pastor's like, well, I'll pray on it. We'll pray on it as a group. And like, he's like, whenever they say that, you just know that that's just a nope. That's not going to happen. Like, not that they're not going to pray on it, more just like, it's a no. Like, and like, the case he was making today, like you might already be like kind of frustrated at this video because like I could see why like prayer is really helpful, and it's like, yeah, it definitely is for sure, but it can be kind of like a procrastination method. Like, here's an example. Like, it's like, oh, well, you should, it's like, oh, I gotta pray whether or not I should, well, quit pornography. I should pray whether or not I should become a better man. I should pray whether or not I should, like read the Bible, or, all these different random things. And it's like, well, you don't technically need to pray because the answer's already found. The Bible, the pastor was saying that the Bible already kind of gives the answer. You already know that you should tithe. You already know that you should, be a godly person, or be a person who tries to follow Jesus, and you already know you have to do that. You already know these things. Like, for this example specifically, like, you deep down are watching this video, you already know you need to quit porn. You already know you need to take some major action to make a big shift in your life. Like, this is a permanent shift, and when you do this shift, you will see so many results, and it. But whenever, like, if someone's saying to you, like, what would you be opposed to taking 2 or 3 steps to quit pornography? And then it's like, a lot of people are like, that topic, well, I'll think about it, I'll pray about it. Like, the reason I'm bringing this whole thing up is because I run this Instagram page, and each day I post motivational content and educational content on how to quit porn. And my whole movement is called Road Away from Porn, because I feel like this is a lifelong journey. We got to get on that path, and you better start walking now. You better start running on this path, because if you let yourself slip, the addiction gets worse and worse with time. And we all know this. Science tells us how bad it is for your brain. When it comes to your mood, your emotional stability, your ability to think clearly, all these different things. And then secondly, it also truly disrupts your downstairs area. Physically, it can really hurt your downstairs. Like, you can get erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, decreased, what's the right word? Testosterone count. Also, decreased quality of semen, so like you're going to be less fertile, and like there's a lot of different risks there. And then finally, people would say you get spiritual effects of watching porn. Like, if you're a person who says you're a Christian and say like, yep, trying to be a good Christian, I'm trying to be, live my best life, I'm trying to like please God, I'm trying to follow Jesus, but you go home 4 times a week to watch porn, it's like, your words and actions are not in alignment. And to me, that's a spiritual problem. Like when what you're saying is different from what you're doing, you have something like a problem deep in your heart. And that's not me coming at you in any way. I had this problem for years, but this is something that if you know you need to solve, you should take action. Why pray about something that you already have the gut feeling that you got to do? Like, that this is a sin or it's not a good action. You already know. So why pray about it if you already know? Like, sure, you can pray for like assistance in getting out of it. That's totally good. Or pray for peace after you've had a horrible relapse. Like, those are all totally okay. But I just want to make the case. Prayer alone will not help you quit porn. In my opinion, you have to tell, my guess is 5 to 7 people about your goal of being porn free. And a lot of people have told maybe 1 to 2 people, and a lot of people have told 0 people about their goal to be porn free. And, what I offer to every single person who joins my free community, my free school community, hey, if you want a complimentary call with me or my team to discuss and truly understand your addiction, truly understand your situation, and give guidance and advice on how to get you out of this pit. We do that complimentary because I feel like I've seen so many people, they get on one call and then their life changes because, they understand their addiction on a deeper level. Instead of just thinking, oh, it's just because of horniness because I watch. It's like, no, let's dive deep and truly understand your triggers here. So like, what kind of family trauma have you gone through that's bringing you to this current position in life? And like, let's walk me through a typical time when you're triggered. And what's so helpful about that is because no one ever has this conversation. Maybe you've brought it up 1 or 2 people and it's like, yeah, I'm struggling. Yeah, same. Man, let's hold each other accountable. Let's try. And it's like, you're kind of shooting in the dark. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what it takes to quit. You don't have a technical accountability there. Like, it's kind of just when you feeling it or when you fail, you talk, and that's it. It's like, no, you got to make it a weekly thing. If you're wanting to quit porn, meet with someone each week. And, that's what we have in our brotherhood. We meet multiple times a week with people because I feel it is so important to hold guys accountable to this situation. So, I've kind of rambled here, but the topic that I brought up today is just this topic of like, if you're feeling called in your heart to like, dang, this porn is making me live a double life. It's making me feel like a weak man. It's making me feel like I'm not even who I say I am. It's making me ashamed. It's making my woman disrespect me. It's making me look at other women in a horrible way. It's making me want to kill myself. If you're feeling any of these things, I just want to let you know, you can make a change with one snap of the fingers. You can book a call, you can get all that trauma out of your heart, and you can truly see amazing results. Like, praying about it's totally fine, but prayer is one thing and action is another thing. And in my opinion, God smiles more when you act under, his guidance, under his will, under his, within his boundaries. And praying and then breaking his boundaries over and over and over again, in my opinion, is worse than taking big action steps and truly grabbing your addiction by the throat and ripping it out of your soul. Like, that is, in my opinion, is a better solution than just praying about it. Because, like, prayer is kind of just like hoping. Yeah, I hope, and it's like, well, sometimes when you pray, it's not about you. It's like sometimes you're trying to decipher what God wants for you. And like, regardless, prayer can be tricky. It's truly beautiful. I don't mean to denigrate it at all, but I really think that taking a big leap, a big action step will get you a lot farther as a Christian, as a man, as a father. And, that's my recommendation for you. Like, if you really feel called to, have this conversation, have it with someone you're close with, dive deep on it, or book a call with my team, because we're here. we want to see you succeed. Like, I feel like pornography is one of the biggest problems men face today, and it's swept under the rug. Like, how is the biggest problem men face swept under the rug so no one can talk about it? Well, because I think our society, whoever's running it, wants our men to stay weak and stay low energy and stay, like, in a state of hatred. Like, I think these days, like, there's so many messages out there about how men should, like, simmer down, and it's like, and like, it makes men, like, hate themselves, and like, so many men hate themselves because of this problem. And I used to hate myself heavily, and like, I used to be ashamed of who I was, and I hate to see that happen. And as soon as I opened up on a very deep level with people about this problem, I saw huge results. And that's my recommendation here. Don't just pray about it. Open up to someone. Open up to someone on my team, or open up to someone in your life. Those are my recommendations for you today. Like, my homework assignment is tell someone about your goal to be a porn-free man. Specifically that. Not why you're trying to quit. That's totally fine, but tell them your goal. Like, instead of saying, yeah, I want to quit, I'm trying to quit. It's just not the right mindset. Like, you need to say, I am a man who no longer is watching porn, and my goal is to be a porn-free man. Like, if you have the conviction like that, you will have such power that can last you at least a few weeks, in my opinion, especially if you tell 2+ people in that confident of a way. And a lot of people are like, I don't really have 2 people I can talk on this level about. Like, I'm not even confident that I can quit. And it's like, no problem. That is where I come in. I know how hard it is to open up about this topic. It is taboo. It is uncomfortable. It's kind of gross. I feel gross. Do not worry. I've seen hundreds of men, as soon as they open up, like, a light shines on their face, because it's like, man, I've been holding this in for way too long. And as soon as I open up, I see the results. And, that's what I want for you, man. Like, get clear with yourself. Like, this is a serious problem. It's serious in your life, and I think you know it. That's why you're still watching. And, if you're truly serious, book that call or have a conversation with someone. Finally, let me know in the comments how many people you've told about your goal to be a porn-free man. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you've had any amazing conversations about this. Like, I'd love to hear the success stories here. Like, I've been able to go 635 days without pornography, and it's something that I say just to show people it is possible. It's possible here. I'm no bragger. That is not my goal at all. My goal is to show you that you can be in the same place. You can go over 600 days without porn if you have the right understanding of your addiction. So, I hope this has motivated you. If you liked this video, be sure to like, subscribe, comment your favorite part of it below. And I have this weekly video podcast that I post every single week. Harley Seelbinder podcast. You can find it on Spotify. Check it out. Like, I try to give very valuable advice on how to get this horrible trap out of your life. And, I can't wait to see how many of y'all are impacted positively. So I will see you later, and potentially see you on one of the clarity calls. I will see you around. See you next week.